I'm Peter Baldwin. I am the Chief Exec of Branches, which means that I run the place and do everything from finances to putting up shelves. It's a small organisation, turnover less than $500,000, and that's predominantly staff costs. We've got 15 staff and we work with 27 people a week. We used to be on church floors for 6 months of the year. Then we graduated to a fixed site, which was 25 people in 12 bedrooms with 5 showers that hardly ever worked. We knocked that down and rebuilt the new place, which took us about 2 years from start to end. In that intervening 2 years, we borrowed a hospital from the Mental Health Trust, and we were there for, actually probably in there for about 18 months. And we moved back here on the 11th of March. I've only ever really coped with London by living in the little towns in London. So very much lived in Leighton, Leytonstone and Walthamstow. And then really like this place because you can escape to the country really easily. A lot of people don't know where Waltham Forest is. Never mind that it's actually a London borough. But from where my kids were born at Whipps Cross Hospital, you can actually walk all the way to Epping in forest land. It's a very green borough, and it's one of its saving graces, really. We've always had reasonably good links with community learning and skills and education, adult training and that kind of stuff. And since they started talking about Olympic volunteering in the old building about 5 years ago, we actually ran courses for some of the residents to get onto the volunteer list. So we've supported various residents help in them doing that, but a lot of them they've just sort of seen stuff on the internet and thought, fancy a go at that, I'll give it a go, and they've got themselves on, which is pretty good really. And I just hope that they actually see it all the way through. I mean, some of the guys here, they've got umpteen languages to choose from, which they'll be a real bonus on the volunteers and communicating with a worldwide population that's going to be here. We've always had loads of people coming in to volunteer, and we've always tried to get the residents to do something outside of here. Now, say a few of them are volunteering at the Olympics. There's quite a few more that actually volunteer at the YMCA or at the Christian Kitchen at the soup run. We had an emergency shelter here over the Christmas 3-week period when it was really severely cold, and at one point we had another 22 people staying on our floors, and people were offering to give up their rooms, and they were cooking and cleaning and tidying up and making people feel welcome. And it was even though you might think that some of our guys are down on their luck, they still were able to give, and it kind of builds them up, encourages them. It's not the bottom rung of the ladder. Or if it is the bottom rung of the ladder, there's stuff you can do to get off it, and they do. There is, amongst a lot of people, there's a genuine compassion to help other people. And I'm quite pleased to say that quite often overrules my cynicism.